Breaking news, Atiku Abubakar finally speaks on his crisis in the PDP over rift with Wike and 6 PDP governors. Well, Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of People Democratic Party, has been, in the news quite recently, not because of his election campaign promises being made to Nigerians. That is a debate, but as a result of his house, which is not in order. The PDP, where he's a presidential candidate, seems to be in a serious rift, and those who should stay with him are rather taking other interest. And 6 governors from the People Democratic Party seem not to be in line or not to be in tune with what he may possibly want. So these are some of the things going on. Okay, and so he finally speaks, and this is what he had to say. 2023 presidency. Atiku finally speaks on crisis in PDP over rift with 6 governors and Wike. The People Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has maintained that there is no crisis in his party, despite reports that the party is strongly divided over his decision to select Okowa as his running mate against the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike. Atiku says the party is united, forcing in a false hope. In a message to his supporters, Atiku, who is facing a running battle with some PDP governors and stakeholders over his choice of running mate, said he would do all within his power to bring everyone together under the umbrella of unity. He said one of the characteristics attributes of democracy that I admire a lot is that it is a system with an integral access of crisis management, and how you do this goes a long way. It becomes even interesting that perhaps the most noteworthy out of all is democratic process is the greater possibilities of sorting out conflicts and ensuring that conflict is sorted and sorted carefully. So, a remarkable lesson that I have learned in politics is that in some instances, conflicts are healthy, why it is not. And it's okay if there is conflict. I know, for instance, that when conflict arises out of genuine concerns about having an inclusive political process, it signposts the varieties of the process and, most importantly, the eagerness of stakeholders to be actively participated in the success of a process that becomes the order of the day. As leaders and stakeholders of the People Democratic Party, the seemingly agitation in our party are a reflection of a credibility and a sign of good democracy. Whatever our agitations are, I believe is born out of collective concern for the growth of our party and the country at large. Therefore, I don't see a division as people propose. I didn't see a divided house in PDP. All I see is opportunity for us to come together, strongly united, to bring together our vision as one and make Nigeria work again. So my people, this is what Atiku Abubakar has got to say, that he does not see a division. Others say there is a division for him. There's no such thing. What he sees is quite different. What he sees is quite, something, that can be worked on. Himself and Wike, there's no problem. He sees things working quite nicely. Okay, he sees things working quite nicely. And that's his opinion. That's his own, what he sees. Well, my wonderful people, the battle is on for the #1 seat. And if really the new electoral act that has been signed is anything to come by, if really, sincerely speaking, the new electoral act can be implemented and made the order of the day, if truly, sincerely speaking, the new electoral act will be honored and the voice of the people will be heard, that whoever gets elected to become the country's president will be largely driven by the people and not some people or persons imposing themselves on Nigerians, then we have to get our PVCs and decide. For a long time now, we have allowed, okay, some certain players who have no interest in this country, that as soon as they come in, they send their family abroad straight up. You are sent to either Canada, the UK, you are sent out of the country if you are a member of their family. They settle themselves and try and look for citizenship any way possible to be out of this very country. But the truth of the matter is, why are you running away? Are you not the one who set things in motion? Are you not the one who has the opportunity to make a difference? So why are you standing in a position as though everything is all right? Why are you standing in a position as though, things are working? You want things to work and you're doing nothing about it. You want things to work and you sit down. Okay? You sit down and you do absolutely nothing. You make things go from bad to worse. And you assume that things will suddenly fall in place. Okay? And you think that things will suddenly fall in place when you do nothing. If there is crisis in your party, go and sort out your issues with the aggrieved members and ensure that your house is together. However, Nigerians, whether house together, house not together, we are the ones to determine by casting our vote come February for the president, because the number one person is very pivotal, is very important to the overall success of how the country will become in a few days' time. What that means is that whoever gets there will appoint, for instance, the Minister of Justice will do a lot of appointment, transportation, education, and it will in turn affect how the country will be run and governed. Look at what Attorney General is doing. He was appointed. Nobody voted him in. Those are indications of how things truly are, of who have been elected into one office, or have been appointed rather, not elected, into offices. And so when this appointment is made, it will in turn affect each and every one of us. It all starts from who is picked as the presidential candidate. And that's why we cannot afford to be quiet at all. Getting your PVC is not a discussion. It's a must. It's not, should I get it or not? Do I need to get it? No, you have to. Leave us a comment. Bye for now.